Hey everybody, Cheryl here from Healthy Living Garden to Table, and today is another Taco Tuesday. Super excited for this one. It's one of my favorite, and it's a favorite in the family as well, fish tacos. So today we are going to use our fish tacos with Mahi Mahi. I'm going to tell you how I prepared the fish. Now, a lot of people don't like fish because it might taste fishy, and I'm sorry about the noise that will turn off. I'm using my air fryer to cook the fish. I'll more about that in a minute. But back to the fish. So I have Mahi Mahi that I soaked overnight, and what I do to get away from a little bit of that fishiness taste and just to get the extra tastes that are not so good away from the fish, I soak it overnight in water and lemon juice, and with real lemon and some pink salt. So you just soak that in a bowl of water with, like I said, make sure it's not a metal bowl too. You don't want it that conducting with the lemon juice in there. Lesson learned here. So you want to do just lemon juice and some pink salt. You soak it overnight and then bring it out, rinse it real good, and like I did, just take a paper towel and dry it out, and it's ready for cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the air fryer. Now, I've been using this air fryer. This is not a commercial for air fryers, but I'm going to tell you what. My Ninja air fryer is amazing. Loving that. I use it for roasting. I use it for air frying. I use it for grilling. It has a grill feature in it that I absolutely love. So I'm going to do that today, and we're going to put that in there. It only takes about 7 minutes total to cook the fish for these fish tacos, and you're going to love them. It is amazing. So first, what you want to do is you want to make sure when you're using an air fryer to use a neutral oil. So you don't want to use like an olive oil. You want to use like, I have an avocado oil, which is a very neutral oil. So put a little bit of that on there. Not a lot. Just enough to hold the spices on there. And then I'm going to use my taco seasoning that I make. I make this homemade taco seasoning. It is just cumin and chili powder, a little paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and oregano, salt, and pepper. And you have your own taco seasoning. You don't need to buy it off the shelf in the store where you have no idea what other extra ingredients are in it, and this you make sure that you control the ingredients. So just put a little bit on there. Okay. I'm gonna put that right in. There we go. And now we're going to get started with the salsa that we're going to have tonight. The salsa that's going to go with this fish is awesome. If you've never had mango salsa, you are in such a treat. Loving this. First of all, you want to make sure you have a ripe mango. It needs to have a little bit of a give to it. You don't want it to be too ripe. So if it's mushy, it's too ripe. Mangoes they have a pit in the middle of them, so you usually aren't going to be able to slice right through the middle of it. So I just kind of score it around the edge there, and then score it the other way. And then I'm going to leave the one side on, because once you start taking all the skin off, it gets really kind of slick. I'm going to just call it slick. It's a little slimy, actually. So you want to I just peel it off, because then you don't take so much of the flesh when you peel it, compared to when you just slice down on it, depending on how ripe it is. Oh, it looks like it's doing pretty well. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to just slice down the side here, and what's left is that pit is in the middle. I'm going to try to slice down the other side. There we go. Once you know where that pit is, that's kind of like the key. All right. Just take the extra off. gotta make sure. See, there's some of that pit right there. So there is a visible pit in there. Sometimes it's not so visible. I'm just gonna throw that one. It's not worth the fight. Okay, so if you had like a half of it like this, and say it came out with the skin on it, like what you can just score it like you would even an avocado. So I'm gonna do it with this half. And you just kind of score it that way. And that way. And then you have all that beautiful flesh right there that you can go ahead and take off because it's already cubed for you. Like I said, if you've not had a mango squash, it's so yummy. I absolutely love it. It's nice and fresh tasting. Like with all my salsa, I like to just kind of mix up the different flavors that I put in it. Just change it up the way you want. Sometimes I use lime juice, sometimes I use lemon juice. Today I'm going to use lime juice. And if you just have lemon, like if you have your fish and you have the lemon juice and you just want to use lemon, just do that. Oh, that's telling me it's time to turn this over. Looking beautiful. Okay. All right. So I've got the mango done, and now what I'm going to put in there is I'm going to put cucumbers. Now, this is like if one of those pickling cucumbers, because it doesn't have, like, it's not as watery. So when I'm making my salsas, I try to make sure that whatever I have putting in it, I make sure it's not too watery, because nobody likes really water salsa, do you? And I like to put as many vegetables into everything as I possibly can. This will make it taste really fresh as well. That was a big one. Okay. The next I'm going to put in is I'm going to put in a red bell pepper. I'm not going to use this whole thing. It's kind of big. I might. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to put dice. Nice and colorful. And then I'm going to use half of that. I think this has to be my favorite time of year. Everything is in season. It's fall, and there's just so many vegetables still available in a variety of kinds. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Okay. Now I'm going to put in onion. I'm not a real fan of biting into onions, but if you dice it fine enough, it actually tastes good. And red has just become a favorite in my house for onion because, again, I don't like biting into that onion, and the white onions tend to be a little stronger. I'm a big fan of roasting vegetables, and roasted onions are amazing. If you've not tried that before, even if you don't have an air fryer to roast them in, it's really good. I'll use about a quart. Good dice. Just maybe run it through one more time. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, and that means our fish done. Oh, does that look good? It's literally falling apart. But that's okay, because we are going to cut this up and put it into our tacos. Look how beautiful that is. And it was 7 minutes, literally, to cut this. Now, you can use Mahi Mahi, you can use cod in it, you can use tuna, you can use any kind of fish that you like. You can use salmon in it if you'd like to. So anyone will work fine for you. And now I'm going to put in the jalapeno. So we don't do real hot in this house. So if you're not one that likes heat at all, you can totally leave it out. But what we do is the heat is actually in the membrane and the seeds. So if you just take out that membrane and seed, just run your knife around the edge there. There you go, just like that. And all the seeds are gone out of your pepper, because that's where the heat lives. So you just want to put a fine dice on this. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then I'm going to put in the avocado. Okay, this is a nice ripe avocado. Just run your knife along the edge there and kind of like just move your knife over like that and it'll open up. And then to get the seed out, you're just gonna put your knife right in the middle of it. You're just gonna give it a quick whack, and then either it'll come out like this, or you can just twist it if it's being a little stubborn on you. Sometimes when they're not real ripe enough, they'll be a little stubborn on you. And what I do is I just kind of score it. I go down the avocado like this and score it. And then you're just going to take your spoon and carve it out. Almost like it came pre-diced. This is looking so pretty. It's like a tropical feel in the fall. It's not there yet. I'm not one that wants it yet. Okay. So then next I am going to put in some lime juice. Alright, overboard. We got veggies overboard. I always do that. I like a lot of vegetables in my salsas, and I like it really to look so pretty and have all kinds of good flavors and textures, and then it spills over. That's good though. Okay, so you want to take your limes or lemons, and you always want to give it a quick roll, and that makes sure that all the juice comes out. When you're shopping for limes, it's really, really important. I've noticed lately that when you buy those hard limes, there's just no getting juice out of them. That means it's just not full of juice at all. You want to make sure that they have a little bit of a give, and they're big, the bigger ones, because I'm going to tell you, you're trying to get a lime juice out of a lime that's dry is no fun. So, okay. I have 3 limes here. I think I probably will need 2 of them. And then I can squeeze some extra lime over the fish. That will be yummy too. Yeah. This just breaks up all the membranes in the lime. So it'll give all that juice away from you. There we go. There we go. That looks good. About 3 tablespoons is what I was shooting for. So you know what? First I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some. I cut up some cilantro, and I've been using it throughout the week. I like to put different herbs in my salads. I love it. So when I come home from the grocery store, give it all the herbs a quick wash, dry them in paper towel, and then just dice them up and use them throughout the week. Because you know, if you wash and cut them up, you're more likely to use them than if you don't. I'm one that loves herbs, so I'll put a couple of little handfuls in there. And then the lime juice will make it where it spreads really well. Put some salt in there. And some pepper. Okay, let's give this a quick stir. Now I do have a couple other things that I might put in this, but I'm going to give it a quick taste to see if I'm good with it this way or not. I usually put garlic in it because I love putting garlic in everything, but I don't know, I like roasted garlic, and my roasted garlic, I used all of it this week. So it actually gives it such a mild flavor. If you roast your garlic, it doesn't give you that bite, but I think I'm going to see if I need it in here. Let's see, isn't that pretty? Doesn't that look just beautiful? Okay, just give it a quick taste here. Taste without the garlic, and see if we need the garlic. One more sample. You know, I think we're okay. Okay, let's start building. I'm gonna put this little squeeze over the fish. I have some, this 6 grain and seed wraps. You can use regular taco shells, whatever you like. I like to do a wrap sometimes. Okay. And then I'm going to cut one of these up. Probably don't even need the whole thing. Probably could use, probably out of these two, you could probably get 4 servings very easily. Depending on how much meat you want on there, I guess. And that's just cooked beautifully. It's not overcooked, and it doesn't, so it didn't dry out. It's nice and flaky. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of lime juice. I don't want to put too much moisture in there, but just a little. Okay. And then I did have some cabbage here that I want to, I do have some cut in there. Let me do a fresh cut. Thin slice, just for some extra crunch to be on there, you know. Okay, just a little extra crunch. You can use the red cabbage, you can use the bag of the mixed cabbage with the carrots, whatever you like for a little crunch. I just like that's yummy in there. Of course, our salsa. Trying to get extra mango in there. All right, you guys, I'm going in. See what this tastes like. Isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty. Okay. You know, I always say this, but when you go to those places where they fill the taco shells really high and then they wrap it really tight, that's not going to be me. Let's see. Probably filled it a little too tight. Too much, but I like a lot of vegetables in mine, so give me extra. Of course, you can dice everything a little smaller. I think I probably would have done the mangoes a little smaller, but the fish and the mango together are phenomenal. Oh, that's such a great flavor. And it's such a fresh taste with the cilantro. And I know I always say that you're either team cilantro or you're not. And so some people really, really like it, and some people just don't. If you don't, just leave it out. That's fine. And the garlic, I really am not missing it. Would I like it? I don't think I'd hate it because I love garlic, but I think that strong garlic taste without it being roasted, I think would have been too much. So I'm glad I didn't add that in. Had enough vegetables in there, so I really didn't. I had tomatoes I could have added. Didn't need to do that. Just play with what you have in the refrigerator. Whatever kind of crunch you like. put those in there. But I really think this turned out great. We have the everything that you need. Just this is a complete dinner here. If you like the content that I'm creating here, hit the subscribe button and the like button and leave a kind comment. And I'm going to be putting videos out like this every single Tuesday. Will be Taco Tuesday, and then another video on Thursday on a different subject. Have a great day and stay healthy, guys.